I was playing Fortnite yesterday, and I was using the gumbo skin, and then I I, I was like, how does he get the gumballs in his head? And while which is playing the game and thinking, yeah, that's really all the intense research that I did was. So if you've ever seen the gumbo skin, you'd know that this is him. This is what he looks like. He's a gumball machine, and he has a built-in emote where he basically there's a bunch of gumballs in his head. He basically turns the little thing, and then a gumball comes out. He puts it in his mouth, and then he blows a bubble and then blows it up, and it keeps doing that. And I noticed that when he opens his mouth, it's just a gaping black hole inside. You can kind of see it right there. But when you look in his head, there's gumballs. It's clear. His head is clear. So I was like, how does this man get the gumballs inside of his head? And I was thinking, and I think I figured out how he does it. Okay, I found this random video of his built-in emote, but you can already see his mouth. That's his mouth right there. It's open. You can see a gaping hole in there. Just black. Yet, as I showed you earlier, inside of his head there's gumballs. In fact, you can see it better in game. There's just look. So this is the built-in. This is what he does. Look, and it just falls into nothingness. It just disappears. And he chews it for a while. Then he blows up a bubble. Then you can see more of just like what's inside of his mouth, and it's nothing. It's just the color black. So I've come to a conclusion about how his head works. Basically, how his head works is what you see inside of his head is not actually what is inside of his head. Instead, it is actually like a window into a pocket dimension inside of his head. What is actually inside of him in his whole head area is actually a gaping like black hole, which is a portal to the pocket dimension. So what happens is he finds a gumball, and then he eats it, and then it gets transported into like his pocket dimension head thing. It was like, how do they get out though? That's kind of weird, because he's holding it in his hand, so they must get out somehow. And then I remembered his built-in emote. Then basically, as you can see right here, that's the right here is a little the machine and gumball machines, how they how they get out. You put a coin in, you turn the little thing, and then the gumball goes down the thing, and you can see it, and then it plops out the end there, and you catch it. This area here, it goes down his neck. Basically, with this little thing, he turns it a little bit, and then it opens up like the ability for the gumball to go down his neck, which at the end of his neck is a portal, which then leads through here, and then it is able to exit into the real world out of the pocket dimension inside of his head, and then exit out of the little thing there, and then he takes it out, and then he eats it, and then just kills it. So it's official. We've discovered exactly how gumbo works. It's official that this is it. That's how gumbo works. His mouth is actually a black hole, which leads into a pocket dimension placed inside of his head, and the reason you can see this inside of his head is because this whole head area with the gumballs in it, the gumballs, that's actually a little window into the pocket dimension, making it look like his head is completely hollow. But really, what is inside of his head is like a portal, practically. Pretty much just like a portal. So we're not seeing inside of his head. We're seeing into a window that shows a pocket dimension, or it's kind of like when you put like a piece of paper with an image on it in like a glass bowl. It's kind of like that. Like you're looking at an image like placed inside of a glass bowl. Basically, you see what I'm saying? His mouth is a black hole, leads into a pocket dimension placed inside of his head, and the only way out is this, in which he turns the little knob, and then it goes down his neck, which is a portal to the real world, which then it is spat back out through this little thing there, because this opens up in the built-in emote. I could probably show you, but you've already seen it, so you probably already saw it. But that's so we figured out how gumbo works. For the last time, I'm gonna say how he works. Mouth is a black hole. Mouth is a black hole. Inside of his head, it's a window to a pocket dimension. The only way to get back out, turns this little thing. Then a gumball goes right down his neck, which is actually a corridor to the real world. At the end of it is a portal to the real world, which ends up spitting you back out of this thing, and then, well, we know what happens in his built-in emote. Yeah, little gumball guy goes splat. So, that's how gumbo works. And I found all this out while just playing Fortnite using the gumbo skin. So yeah, we found out how gumbo works, and yeah, so that'll be the end of the video. That was my full analysis on gumbo.